Hi everyone, my name's Yvonne Villarreal and I'm a reporter here at the LA Times. And it looks like Ragnar Lothbrok made it out west, way west. I'm joined today by Travis Fimmel, who plays the legendary Norse hero. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You came and you're back going to Ireland on Monday, right?
Yeah, we start production on Monday for the third series.
Third series. Well, do you feel powerful sitting here right now? You
No.
ended the season pretty on top of the world.
Yeah, no, that was all CGI. It was a great shot. They finished the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now I guess I'm king.
I guess you're
Yeah.
king. Yeah, we're not going to do like one of those Simba things though.
No.
You're just king.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, most of the season was, looking at Ragnar's struggle with, trying to get the power and now that he has the power, I mean, how do you expect that will change him?
I don't think it'll change him, but it's power attracts the worst. And he's gonna have a lot of struggles with his power. He was never about just wanting to be king or any of that, but he wanted to do the best for his people, and now he's got the opportunity to be in charge and set up farms west.
Well, and the finale was quite unique in that you don't have many lines in that finale except for the Lord's Prayer, and that was your decision, right? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually didn't think they'd go for it, but I asked not to have any lines except for that prayer. I always think you can say more by not saying anything. And whatever I was saying in episodes before was getting me in trouble with the king, so I decided not to say much, and yeah, it worked out, I guess.
How was that acting wise? I mean, did it allow you to focus more on?
I actually think I'd love not having words. I think, let alone trying to remember them, but no, I like it. There's so much can be said in looks and behavior. I always prefer to do that. Some people prefer having lines, but I prefer to try to show your feelings instead of tell your feelings.
Right. It's not very noticeable until it's stated, because I mean you were in a lot of scenes, so it doesn't feel like nothing was said, and yet.
Yeah, and I thought it was unique just to say the Lord's Prayer with Athelstan, because he came back. He didn't have to come back with us, and it was sort of a nice thing to do for him as well.
What was Michael's reaction when you said you wanted to do that?
He was like me. He said down at the studio, go for it, but we did it without telling anybody, and they didn't notice. So, yeah.
We talk a little bit about the relationship you have with Michael and what that is sort of like. Like, do you have a lot of say and input, or is there a lot of collaboration?
No, there's a lot of collaboration. Michael's very good, and we've been doing it for a couple of years now, so he knows we know our characters, and yeah, he has no ego about that, which is fantastic to work with. He's a very talented man.
Well, looking back on season 2, what do you make of your character's journey?
Well, season 1, I was a lot more curious, and I wanted to explore more. And then season 2 got a lot more conflicts, and I had to deal with a lot of issues where I think my character would rather just be sailing somewhere or exploring, but he had women issues and brother issues and king issues,
children issues.
Yeah. So I never really got the chance to be as adventurous as he wants to be.
Not having children yourself, is it hard to get into that mindset of like the father? I got
nieces and nephews, but I don't know. It's pretty hard not to love kids.
Yeah.
And all the little kids on the show are just fun little kids. They're great. They had a good time, and my favorite scene's always messing with them.
Okay. Well, we got some questions from Twitter and Google, and one of them is, let's see, okay, it's from Hermia. I don't know if you know
No, I've
Hermia.
never met her.
You've
No.
never met her.
No.
You're not on Twitter, so why would you? But she asked, which was the strongest moment for you in seasons 1 or 2? In your view.
Overall, I don't know for me, but I think episode 7 of season 2 was the best overall show.
Why?
The visuals, we had a terrific director, Kari Skogel, and where the Blood Eagle was in, and I just thought overall it was a great storyline and shot amazingly, and it was the death of a character, Jarl Borg, was a terrific actor too. So it was actually a bit sad to kill him off.
Is there a scene that you've maybe struggled with to get through to execute, or?
I struggle with them all. But I don't know, it's sad to say goodbye to your child. There's a scene, which was hard when I found out that my daughter died. No, I don't know what my biggest struggle was.
Well, and there's the physical aspect of the role is quite intense. I mean, would you say that's more difficult to carry out than maybe like some of the emotions or the lines that you have to do?
I actually enjoy the physical stuff, you know, because it means we're outdoors. I'm a country boy, so I love shooting outdoors, and I have a lot of horses and that during those fights. So I actually really enjoy the fights.
It's like the little kid in you gets to play.
Yeah, little kids getting paid to do that. We get free lunch and per diem.
How is it? Is the choreography like very intricate? Like, do you guys get a lot of time to learn the moves, or?
We don't actually get. Well, the other guys always say they get a lot of time. I don't know where I am when they're rehearsing, but no, you get used to it. You know, it's like a muscle, and we have great stunt coordinators and choreographers, so they make it pretty easy. It looks a lot harder than you know, because it's all set up for you. You know, that it's a very talented crew, and they do a great job, especially for our budget. You know, we don't have a big budget. So.
When you're out in Ireland, like, do you have any downtime to explore the area, or can you recommend any places to dine, or?
All of Ireland is brilliant. I don't go to restaurants and all that stuff. I'm a bit of a pub boy, but the all of Ireland is such a beautiful place.
Do you go on hikes or anything?
No, I'm not a hiker, no. I got a car.
You got a car.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to another question. I mean, Lisa Hedvig Balling asked, do you get tired of looking like Ragnar with the beard and in between shooting?
I don't mind the beard. The hair is a bit annoying. The extensions.
The extensions.
Yeah, and it's a grown man wearing a shower cap every day is pretty funny.
I'm sure the women appreciate that visual.
It's funny just getting in the shower, putting the shower cap on, because the extensions fall out if they get wet too much.
How about the Norse language? Could you teach us anything, or how do you tackle that yourself?
Mine is pretty well. If you ask a Norseman, I'm not saying it right. Yeah, mine's awful. It's not my strong point, the accent, for sure. But there's one scene in the first series where I had to do English, Saxon, and North. And it just made it up pretty well.
You just made it up on the spot?
I can't do that stuff. Some of the other characters are great at it. But, yeah, I'm not very good.
So you can't teach us something? I was hoping you'd teach us something.
Not a thing.
Not a thing?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, we have another question, and it's from Mary, and she asks, or Marie, since Ragnar has an interest for farming and acquiring more land, how much of your own upbringing do you bring to that?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of similarities between me and him. I want to hit people with axes. I don't actually do it in real life. But yeah, I really appreciate farming and that sort of life and the country life. And I'm just, same as this, I'm doing this just to make a bit more money so I can get a bigger farm. You know? I won't be doing this acting stuff forever.
Why not? You're good at it.
No,
you want to have a farm?
Yeah.
A beet farm, or what kind of farm?
A beef farm.
A beet farm?
Beef. What's a beef?
Beet. I thought you said beet.
No, beef. Cattle.
Cattle.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up there? I mean, like, because you grew up on a beef farm.
Yeah, a dairy and beef, yeah.
And so when did you first realize you want to be an actor, and
That
how did that
day hasn't come.
That day hasn't come.
No.
So how did you get in this?
I went traveling and ended up being in LA and went to an acting class with friends. Just still doing it. But yeah, I love my upbringing. I love being on a farm. I love doing that stuff. And yeah, I don't like being in cities much. Too busy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Even in Ireland, I live on a lake there with another character, Torsten. And it's great, fishing every morning and that before work. I'd way rather be doing that.
Okay. Well, so you've been doing this a while, so there must be something you like.
The money.
The money.
Pretty well. And Sue Petricola.
She's a great publicist. Yeah. Well, let's get to another question. I mean, let's see. Darren R. Nielsen asked, what do you think is your character Ragnar's most important quality that sets him apart from the other Vikings?
Maybe his vision. You know, if he really thinks he's doing a good thing too by finding land for his people. Like Scandinavia is there's not many resources. You know, it's hard to grow crops and all that stuff. And I think he has a lot bigger vision than anybody else did about providing for his people. And yeah, and just the guts to. But they all got a lot of guts. But the guts to go against Earl Harrelson in the first year of the show, and it's pretty gutsy to go sail across an ocean where you don't know if there's anything in the other side, you know.
Well, E on Twitter wants to know, what is your personal motivation for Ragnar outside what is written in the scripts?
To make his kids proud of him, I guess. Yeah.
How about knowing that you're portraying someone of history? Like, did you do a lot of research, or did you not want to know, or is it weird knowing what the outcome is for him in terms of getting into the part? You know,
all the history books, they're all different. You know, even the historians argue amongst each other about what really happened. And even my character is not for certain that he is even a real character. You know, but I don't know, as an actor, you just got to make people relate, you know. He loves his family, and people have families, so it's just all making it relatable to the audience. And we do some pretty heinous things, you know, so it's, I think tribute to Michael, the creator, that the audience actually follows us, you know, kind of wants us to kill people.
Was there anything that surprised you storyline-wise this season that you didn't see coming, or?
No, I read the script, so. No, there's just there's some great characters this year. And a couple of them died, you know. But no, everybody's great this year, you know. It's always, you don't see, I'm not in every scene, so you don't see what the other actors do. So it was enjoyable watching what they did. Okay.
Well, and Team Travis on Twitter, there's a whole team out there for you. Wants to know, do you do your own battles, or are they done by stuntmen?
No, everybody pretty well does their own, but there's some great stunt guys out there that do a terrific job. And as I said, it's all set up, and it's not we're not really fighting.
You're not really fighting. You can't do wrestling then, in the end, if this doesn't work out? You wouldn't do wrestling? No, you want the farm.
I'm too lazy.
You really want the farm. How many cattle would you have on there?
It depends how big the farm is.
Okay.
We grow out with, you know, about 1,500 head.
Okay. Well, and with season 3 about to start production, I assume you've been given an overview of what to expect. Can you tease a little of what we might see?
Well, some main characters may not be there by the end, that's for sure. No, I think Michael said we're going to Paris, and he told me some ideas that he had for that, and I think it'd be really entertaining. Okay. You know, so maybe I'll speak some French this year.
Can you do the French better than the Norse? No. You're just going to wing that too?
Yeah. That's why I try to get my dialogue cut, because I can't say half of it.
Is there any other language that you can speak well?
No? I struggle with English, to be honest.
We're in the same boat. I struggle with English too, and it's my first language. All right, Travis. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.